National Security Advisor Jake Sullivan in Israel today. He says he's pushing for restraint in Israel's war with Hamas as calls grow for a humanitarian ceasefire. This comes as the families of hostages held in Gaza are demanding an urgent update from Prime Minister Netanyahu. They say they're shocked after Israeli TV reported Netanyahu pulled out of a new round of hostage negotiations set to begin in Qatar. Foreign correspondent James Longman joins me now from Tel Aviv, Israel, along with White House correspondent Mary Alice Parks. James, I know you spoke to some of these families who are angry about these reports claiming Netanyahu stopped plans to restart negotiations. What are they telling you?
Yeah, Diane, look, it's fair to say the hostage families have done extraordinary things over these last few weeks. When we arrived here the day after the attacks on October 7th, it really didn't feel like it was the priority to get these hostages back. Israel wanted to retaliate as quickly as possible, and the hostage families basically reorientated Israeli policy. They made them focus on getting the hostages out, and they succeeded in large part. So many did come out during that ceasefire. Now the fighting is raging once again, and I think there has been a mood that whatever successes the hostage families had before, well, that was behind us, and now the Israeli military is free to continue this operation. So there is mounting concern, really mounting sort of frustration among the hostage families that their priorities are not being met. And there are these sort of parallel priorities for the government to beat Hamas, they say, a victory over Hamas, and get the hostages out. The families say, well, you can't do both at once. You have to choose. And for them, it's bringing their families out. I spoke to Gal Dickman. He's the cousin of Carmel, or she has been held captive all these weeks. And he told me that, you know, when he read about this report that the head of Mossad had stopped from continuing these negotiations, it made him incredibly angry because he had been given a promise by the government that things would change and that would become a priority. Have a listen to what he told me.
I was in shock because the Prime Minister told me personally that he's going to do anything he can to make sure that they come back. I really want to believe they keep on doing anything and everything they can, but it's getting very hard these days. But I don't have any other Prime Minister or any other cabinet, so I have to believe them. It's the only thing I can believe.
And it's really difficult for anyone to know what's actually happening with the negotiations, but of course the families, they really feel that should be the priority. Diane?
All right, Mary Alice. President Biden says his meeting with the families of American hostages moved him. So how's the White House reacting to these claims that Netanyahu's stopping negotiations?
Yeah, we haven't heard much yet, Diane, but we know that Jake Sullivan, the National Security Advisor, is in the region, and this has been such a focus of the administration. Since the very beginning, they've said it is the top priority, making sure that American hostages are brought home. They assume they are tracking still about 8 Americans that they think are held hostage, but they are careful to talk about how they don't even really know the condition of those hostages, if they're being held by Hamas or potentially other groups. You know, I pressed the White House just yesterday on some of the realities on the ground. We've heard reports of the IDF potentially flooding some of those tunnels that hostages have said that they were held and those who have been freed. The White House yesterday said that they were, of course, worried about whether this could hurt hostages, put hostages' lives at risk. This is a really tough time for the White House because they want to be pressuring Israel, like James said, to continue to be doing everything they can to be focused on this. The White House is absolutely focused on this.
All right, James Longman, Mary Alice Parks, thank you both.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.